Hello and welcome back to Vintage Treasures, and in today's episode we're going to be taking a look at Tombstone Tackle from 1988, Real Ghostbusters, Haunted Humans. If you haven't already watched the Grand and Gross episode, I suggest you watch that first because it sets up a couple things you'll need to know for watching this video, and then come back to this video because we're going to be talking about Tombstone Tackle. So, Tombstone Tackle comes with no accessories, but he has a great theme going for him. I think they could have made a football accessory, but he's not a cheap toy to make. I mean, Egon is the tallest Ghostbuster out of all four of them, and he's he's towering over him. He's probably up to his shoulders. It doesn't look like it on camera, but he's a lot taller than Egon is. And he's thicker. A lot of plastic goes into this guy, and paint, as you'll see when I show you the action feature. Speaking of action feature, oh boy is it hid well in this one. You cannot tell that this guy even has an action feature until you look at the back. Then you see it. He kind of reminds me of one of those the blinds, the blinds where you can like pull the string and they go up and down. That's what it reminds me of. I'm going to tell you right now, even before we get into talking about collecting this figure, the O on the front of his shirt is always going to be damaged, unless he's like pristine. This figure is basically pristine besides that, and it's very hard to find one with the O intact a lot. This is probably the best condition one I saw, that's why I picked it up. It's honestly really hard to find one with a good O on it. So, let's talk about the figure itself. It's concealing its play feature pretty well. This is probably the most bulky out of all of them, but he is, I'm guessing he's defense for his football team, because he is pretty big. He's probably a quarterback or something. So it works pretty well with the theme of the character, but if you were to put his arms forwards, oh, by the way, talking about articulation, he has, he can go all the way up with his arm. I believe he can go all the way back to that position this way, but he can't do it this way for some reason. But if you go down, he can go all the way around. The leg joints can't go back too far. They can go pretty far forwards. But if you were to put his arms forwards like this, his legs up like this, lay him like this, and put his head down like this, you can see that we have the Haunted Human feature. And I don't know what is going on here, and if you want to move this football in here, you just move his head up and down, and that's what opens the toy itself. There's some eyeballs up here, so that's the face of the creature, and his butt is meant to look like the nose of the creature. I'd be terrified if I saw this thing, and given that this guy is probably like, geez, I don't know, Egon, how tall is Egon? He's pretty huge. Let's just say this guy's pretty huge, and I love this. He can actually eat the characters with ease, like, look at this. You can fit a whole Egon in there. I don't know, I just think that's cool. He conceals pretty well. Army building this guy, you could, I guess. Since we're on the topic, I did say that in the Garbage Man Haunted Human figure video, that you can army build him, but I don't think you can army build the football players as well. Eyes don't go back. You have to put those back manually. I didn't realize that till now. Yeah, so I guess we should talk about this character as far as playability goes. It has a good amount with that articulation that I showed you earlier, and the point that he's a football player, he can put his arms up if he sees a Ghostbuster, unsuspectingly, not knowing that this is a haunted human, and just completely ram them, because he's huge. Uh, Also, you have the play feature that I just showed you. And it comes up pretty easy. And goes back pretty easy, which I think is great. And sometimes the back comes off. If I could show you on camera, this piece does come off. It's held by little hinges on either side. So you will see this sometimes on eBay with the back missing. But do keep an eye out for that. I don't see it very common, but it's a bit common. But it does make it a whole heck of a lot easier to clean this guy. That is terrifying. It does make it easier to clean this guy. So if you do have the back, I get it. I guess it is a bit of a win. Now that we talked about this toy from a player's perspective, person playing with this toy, we did talk a bit about eBay there, so I guess we should, and it's only appropriate that we talk about a collector's point of view on this. Of course, that piece being off would be bad, but also just knowing that this is paint and this is the base color plastic for the mold, they yellow different, just barely yellows, and I don't know if you can see that on camera, but even mine is a little discolored. And mine isn't in bad shape. Mine's in pretty good shape and it's discolored, so something to keep an eye out for. You have to look closely on camera because it does not pick up as well on camera as it does in person. And that O, I keep bringing it up, but it is very important that you look at the O because it does get ruined pretty easily. I mean, even collectors can ruin it over time by leaning on its chest or something. Yeah, but I think it is a good figure. It doesn't yellow too bad on the back, but on the front, oh boy, this guy yellows a lot. I actually see this guy so he has quite a bit of issues with yellowing, and then the O, and then the back piece missing. It is quite a pain for collectors to track one down in good condition, and the cleats even. Mine are in good condition for the most part, but the cleats get chipped at the toes. So, if you want one in pristine condition, it's going to run you a lot of money. If you want the good O, it's going to cost you around $40. I've seen some of these guys go for. He's probably a $35 figure. He's pretty expensive, and a lot of collectors want him. I could see why. He's great, and he displays well in the back of a display for Ghostbusters. I see that being a problem with turtles, is that all of them are the same size, so they're always covering each other. But with this guy, you can put figures in front of him, no problem. Even with Egon, as I said, he's the tallest Ghostbuster. You can still see him from eye level with Egon in front of him. So I think that it's very important that you have figures that can stand behind other figures, like X-Cop when he's turned into a skeleton, and Stay Puft, Frankenstein, the Wolfman, just figures like that stand well behind other figures because of their size. I think I covered everything I want to talk about this figure, besides basically the paint for the arms. It's painted. His skin tone is painted. So do keep an eye out for the knuckles. And this is on a whole different scale than the Ghostbusters, because look how different the size is in the hands. So these can get pretty rough. I see a lot of problems that can happen with this guy from the point of view as a collector. It's not pretty. There's definitely a checklist you're going to want to write when looking for this guy. His helmet could even get damaged in the back. It gets scuffed. There's a lot of stuff that can go wrong with this guy. But if you find one in good condition at a good price, whew, you got lucky. Definitely pick it up if it is at the right price for you, because you might not see one at a good price ever again. They're pretty hard to find in good condition at a good price. If you enjoyed today's review video, check out my other review videos. As of now, I think I've uploaded a couple of haunted human videos. I have Granny Gross out, and I forget the freaking trash man's name. You know what I'm talking about. The trash guy. This guy. I posted the video for him too. So check those out. I plan on doing all the haunted humans. I think I am missing one haunted human. I do forget who it is. But I'll purchase that soon and complete this series of videos. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see those videos, or videos about toys from the 80s or the 90s. Some toys from the 70s I pick up once in a while. I do haul videos, and of course, figure reviews. I've been doing Ghostbusters a lot lately. So, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in that. Like the video if you like the video, and have a great rest of your night or day. Or I usually say, have a great rest of your day or night, and goodbye.